don't you start screwing with me tonight, Pepe. All right, Dutch, thank you so much for that first level energized support. Thank you very much. Oh, Windlord, this is what I'm talking about. Representation. Thank you, Dutch. Thank you.
It's gonna be glass.
Grow in the community. You cannot stop the DG army. You cannot stop. High Professional says hello to YouTube. He knows this goes to YouTube. He knows, he understands that the comments are seen by many on YouTube. I love this. I will never get rid of this. This is the fam right here. They are here live, feeling that first level energy here on tonight's Inside Star Citizen review. I love them. I love the people that take the energy out to be here for that first level energy. Thank you very much, community. Lots of eyes happening tonight, but it's really about we. You understand? And tonight, I'm very excited about what we're going to be watching. Inside Star Citizen tonight makes me feel very, very like a little giddy teen, if you will. So let's check it out and let's see what there is to see.
It's been a while since you've done one of these, so let me try and do my best Jared impersonation in this week's Ship Shape. Oh no, I messed it. Let's. No. We have to write it down because it's not a normal thing.
Oh, silly John Crew. Oh, silly John Crew. These are the outtakes of John Crew.
Oh yeah. Let's take a look right now at some of the ships making their way through the pipeline in this week's.
Like I always feel like John Crew's like blooper should be like him going completely postal, like in a ginger rage. Like I feel like John Crew's real bloopers are like maybe his kids are knocking at the door if he has any, and he's like, I said shut up, I'm talking here. Like, you know, like I always feel like he's ready to blow up on anybody at any given point in time. Am I the only one who's got those John Crew vibes going on, man? And I love it. I love it. I personally think John Crew should walk around like that everywhere he goes. Like, God damn it, I gotta go to work today. Okay, fine. I can't play Warhammer today, son of a bitch. And that would be like blooper number 3. You know what I mean? Yeah, right. If you say BMM one more time, right. Like, I feel like those are the real John Crew bloopers.
Let's take a look right now at some of the ships making their way through the pipeline in this week's Ship Shape.
Oh. Neither have I, Kent.
Starting with the ship that is the earliest in the pipeline, which is the Drake Vulture. This is just moving towards the end of White Box, early
Right,
Grey Box phase. We have done our initial White Box art and design review phase, so we are now cracking on fleshing out the interior of the ship to a higher standard.
Putting another notch in Drake's belt. Oh my goodness, the Vulture's gonna be delicious and beautiful and all types of wonderful salvage sexiness. I cannot wait.
It's pretty true to the original concept. It still has the split deck. It has the dual entry methods into the pilot seat from the rear section and from this side externally. We've still got the ladder on the side so you can climb up. It's a really sketchy classic Drake entrance method.
Drake.
You'll see the Vulture come online next year sometime.
Everything about this ship is amazing.
Alongside it, you'll see the very first version of a ship-based salvage.
There we go. All right.
Moving to the next ship is the Ares Starfighter Inferno and Ion. These are towards the end of Grey Box, crossing into final art in places. So
really large cannon, small itty bitty living space. Like we always said this about the Ion, man. We said this from the very beginning. I did a video about this ship, man. Huge, amazing cannon, small itty bitty living space.
So these are your 2 single-player anti-capital heavy fighters.
Should be interesting.
The only sort of unknowns that cropped up was where and how we access the components on the ship.
Is it going to be the one-shot wonder
at concept phase? But obviously things change during development.
How many think this is going to be the one-shot wonder, and they're going to nerf the fuck out of this the second it comes out? Like I literally feel like that's like that's why I didn't even get involved in this one, because I almost smelled it in the air. Right? Like I literally feel like this thing came out like this thing's gonna fuck you up like Tyson with one uppercut. And then like people are gonna be like, I got hurt by Mike Tyson. He hurt me. And they'll be like, okay, you're not Mike Tyson anymore. Like, you know, like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Sorry, that's a terrible Tyson.
Learn a bit more about how to do things more optimally in the engine each ship we do.
Yeah, right. So much butt
adjusted the animation template to get in a little. It was using another ship's entry, and then just trying to frame the huge guns at the side of the
Killian, God bless you. Where were you at, you ninja, you? Thank you, Killian, you German ninja, you. You're hiding back in the background. Huh? Come on out here with the fam and say something, Killian. We love you. We missed you. We missed your Germany sweat and your mark all over here. Put your Auf Wiedersehen all over here. Put your sexy Auf Wiedersehen all over here. Yes, yes. You must whip it. You must whip it so good.
But in view in a way that is nice, but without interfering with your view massively by having huge amounts of VFX and barrel obscuring half your view.
Oh my god, I'm going to tell you it's going to get nerfed.
In terms of the gold standard ships, the Gladius hit its gold standard, and we actually got the vast majority of that into 3.14 with only some minor bug fixes in 3.15. The Sabre comes online to its gold standard in 3.15, and some of that new stuff we're working on you might hear about on October 9th at Digital Citizen Con. And finally reaching the ship that is furthest along in the pipeline, which is the Aegis Redeemer, which is pretty much at the end of final art and
couldn't agree with you
the
more,
release
buddy.
Prep phase, which is what we call the final phase. This is taking the final asset and making it game release ready. So there's a lot of downstream tech.
I really can't wait. I can't wait. We were the first actually to show you the interior once the changes were made. We put that on the channel. I think we were first or second to that. We showed you the changes. I liked the changes. I'm not quite sure how it's all going to play out, but we will see.
And VFX audio UI support that goes on top of that pristine final art state. Silhouette wise, it still has those famous Nutcracker wings.
Oh, John. With your Nutcracker wings. Behave, John.
We hardened up some of the smooth edges, so there's a bit more angular folds in it. We changed the tail and sort of just stretched the body to balance the proportions because it was a bit one-sided in terms of weight distribution. Originally it was a 3-person dropship gunship hybrid and featured in Squadron 42 in sort of a very minor dropship role. But over time, the needs for that dropship in Squadron evolved, and it wasn't suitable for that
anymore. Love the turret. Love the looks of the turret, at least aesthetically. Dig it. What's up, Dark Spike? Welcome to the show, dude.
We looked at the stats of the weapons at the time versus the ships that were there, and they all got upgraded, upsized, moved around. So now it is a 4-person gunship.
Right, Harrow?
And being a 4-person gunship requires some quite beefy components.
Okay, we see a little bit more upgrades.
All these things on this chassis, keeping its sort of quite iconic look, fitting it all inside was by far the biggest challenge of the production. We think we've been quite faithful to that original design, both visually and gameplay wise, and we look forward to people playing it later in the year.
While these ships are still currently in development, you can take to the internet now and vote for your favorite already flyable ships in this year's Ship Showdown, where I hear there's a rather subversive push out there for the Argo Cargo. Fight the power, people. But now, since our next 2 episodes are entirely dedicated to new healing and inventory mechanics, that are likely to lead to perhaps the biggest change in Persistent Universe gameplay since 3.0, we're going to go ahead and move our next sprint report up a bit. Let's see what folks are working on.
Okay.
Let's start things off with a couple new weapon concepts, because we haven't had those in a while, and take a look at 3 new electron damage items from manufacturer Volt. First up, we've got an Electron SMG. Now, during review, folks were pretty happy with this one, so expect it to move forward rather quickly.
I feel like these are going to be pussy weapons. I don't feel like these are going to be anything worth anything. Every type of game I've ever played that had like electro pulse magnet weapons, those were never the weapons to get, with mild exceptions, with few exceptions of different games. I'm hoping they pump it up the juice. I want some juice pumpage. You know what I mean? Pump up the jam, as they say. Pump it up while your feet are stomping. Get your booty on the dance floor and work it out. Make my day. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. Pump up the jam a little bit. I don't know if you guys agree with pumping up the jam. Like, I would just put #jam in the chat. #jam if you want the jam pumped. Pump up the jam. Pump it up.
There's also an Electron LMG that, well, we felt still needed a little work. Maybe some shape tweaks, and maybe another pass on the battery pack.
Grab me
And
that
finally,
over there,
a laser
buddy.
sniper rifle, still from Volt, but not electron damage based.
All right, thanks, Pepe. Thank you, dude. See, we got jam in here. We want the jam pumped.
They're fine-looking weapons and expected to go into production soon, because we can never have too many ways to make pew-pew in the Persistent Universe. The EU-PU feature team is making solid progress on laser trip mines designed to make the exploration of derelicts a lot more interesting in the near future. There's a variety of use cases, from protecting cargo left behind that needs to be retrieved later, to trapping someone in a location, to just... well, the trolling possibilities are nearly endless.
Right, Soriel, right, dude.
And yes, Virginia, it's true. They won't just be for level designers and NPCs. Laser trip mines will eventually make their way into player hands, and when that happens, will anywhere be truly safe?
And so many Care Bears will cry into the vial of the vial that I have here for their tears. I literally have to get like some type of. I feel like I need to buy like a separate mason jar for the Care Bear tears and just put them in there. They're gonna cry so hard. Cry so hard for the trip mines. It's not fair. Oh, they do too much damage.
Coming to
Right,
Origin
Dark,
and Alpha
right,
315 are
What's
3
up,
new
Myanzi?
locations we'll be
How you
exploring
doing,
later
buddy?
this quarter. But before that happens, we can share these early white box images of Cousin Crows, the ship and vehicle customization shop that is actually tucked into the underbelly of the floating platforms that make up our newest landing zone. Now, Cousin Crows will support a wide variety of ship customization options, including components, room modules, paints, and more. Now, while everything that can be won't be...
What I say, modular designs. Didn't I say this? I'm telling you, this will be 2022. They will move into modular designs. They're going to treat modularity, basically the designs of ships being modular, and they're going to be more prevalent. Those will be, yeah, right, Snorpress. Oh my God, no, not the banana, dude, not the banana. Here's the thing: you're gonna see more ships that are modular. You're just gonna see it. It will bring in more revenue. It's exactly what they're planning. I just smell it. In 2022, when you start seeing the majority of ships that are medium to large size ships, they won't do it on small ships. They'll do it on medium to large size ships, and they will make modular designs, and those extra different customizations will cost more, and it'll be like an excellent source of revenue. And you'll have everybody going, I can't believe they're doing that. I can't believe it. They're milking people. They're milking people. You know, you're gonna get that crowd. And you know, here's the thing: it's gonna bring more money in for the project. It's a smart thing to do as a business. It's gonna bring in more revenue. It'll help support the current infrastructure. It'll support the employees that they currently have. They can bring in more people. They can focus on more design. They can get this out faster. by bringing in more revenue. As long as they apply those funds towards bringing in more people to make this a better and faster experience, great. Okay, more modularity will happen 2022. I'm calling it.
Immediately available in Alpha 3.15, it will continue to expand in its services across subsequent patches. Also moving through White Box is the Crusader showroom, the concepts of which we showed you earlier this quarter. Now, one of the biggest challenges for the showroom here is going to be the lighting, since so much of this is open and exposed to the world outside. Beyond that, the team is also experimenting with cutaway displays of the Mother of Bombs, as well as potentially the cockpit of the Hercules itself. Now, progress on the showroom is proceeding as scheduled, and we expect to explore the close to finished versions of these new Orison areas later this quarter. Folks who saw our recent Star Citizen Live with the lighting team know that work has been underway on adding new auxiliary lighting states to the various habitation modules throughout the Stanton system. And here we can see the current progress of that work, including Area 18,
where's my sexy mood lighting? Where's that like nice dark blue, purpley red kind of thing going on in my bare white that hits the ears for my lady friends that come into all my abodes? Where's that mood lighting? Give me that mood lighting. Make it so sassy, would you? Do it, Cloud Imperium, do it.
Grimhex.
Grimhex is me solo. I'm bringing any girls. Listen. I ain't bringing any girls back to the Spank Bank. No girls are coming back to the Grimhex Palace. That's my own. That's my area. Girls. You ain't coming to my place on Hex. Okay. That's my own personal area. That's where I love on myself. You understand, ladies? It's a little messy at Hex. It's just a little messy at Hex. Lorville is so like, man, you are so blue collar working there. Revolt, Lorvillians, revolt.
Microtech.
Quit breathing in that ash, Lorvillians. Microtech, that's a nice place to bring a girl back. Nice and cold. There's my mood lighting. You see, there's my mood lighting. A little bit more on that. I see. Well, we have a girl abode there for the lady friends right there. It's nice and cold outside, and I got my. Well, watch out! You could freeze to death out there, girls. This is so creepy. I sound so creepy right now. Don't worry, girls. It's nice and warm in Microtech. In my abode in Microtech, I'll keep you nice and warm. It's so creepy. I never know what I'm going to say. You can't. There's no filter. Dutch.
Orison.
Oh, we got another winner. I think Microtech and Orison are the hottest spots, if you know what I'm saying, my friends. Yes.
Fleischer Prison.
Well, there's a whole nother vibe there, man. I don't know about the lighting at Clasher, man.
Rest stops. And even Levski.
Well, that's cool. They got rest stops in there. Clasher best vibe, says Thrapture.
And speaking of lights, the graphics team has recently begun work on a new glass window shader designed for buildings that will bring them to life like never before.
Ooh, now what a nice touch. Great touch by the design team. That's wonderful. That is such a cool idea. Hold on a second. That is let me go slow-mo on this. I just want to see this kind of change in slow-mo.
This team has recently begun work on a new glass window shader.
That's really cool.
Designed for buildings that will bring them to life like never before. Now, this is one of those where I don't need to explain what's happening. You can see for yourself.
All right. People coming in, don't worry, it's okay. Welcome to DG360. For everybody just wondering what you walked into, it's greatness. It's fucking greatness, and they will agree with you. The fam will agree with you. If you're wondering what's going on, if you're wondering who I am, wonder no longer. You're watching an entertainer. You're watching the best thing that you can watch on the internet right now, and you're chilling out with the coolest people that there are in the world. Who's the coolest people in the world right here? I love playing this game. We should do it again. Drunk Jared is a fun game to play. We should make it a normal thing on every Star Citizen, inside Star Citizen review. We should have a section called the Drunk Jared section. We got to remember that. Remember that, fam. Don't let me forget on the next show. We are going to start doing this as a normal thing on Inside Star Citizen Review. Just remember. Ghost is like, I got disconnected and then I come back and I'm watching the Drunk Jared section. Not
oftentimes the coolest things in game dev are the ones that just make sense, the ones that just make the world seem like the world should be. And that's definitely what we're looking at here.
Realism. Ooh, listen to Jared go philosophical mode. I like that.
The UI tech team has been working on a new 3D skeleton and interface to be used by players when they wake up in the hospital, allowing them to properly identify and treat their own wounds as needed. Wow.
I gotta treat my own wounds? Where's the doctor? Doctor! This is the future. This definitely is the future. Welcome to your stay at Calliope. You will now treat yourself. Do you have the gold insurance plan? No? You have the silver? Okay, treat yourself. We're not bringing a doctor or nurse into the room for you. You have the silver plan. Oh, here you go. Treat yourself.
Thought the self-service lines in the grocery store were something. That's healthcare in the 30th century for you.
Right, Jared. Right, dude.
Now, there will be different rigs for male and female players, and eventually, a similar skeletal overlay will be available to players out in the field when they use their hand scanners. But
okay, so we have like a basic. So what we're seeing here on this essentially this MFD is we're seeing the treatment available options: treat moderate torso injury, treat minor left arm injury, and treat severe left leg injury. And then it looks like they're actually assigning like a coded number to the different areas of your body. Then they've got like tabs where it says status, treatment, and medication. That probably will cost credits of sorts. I want this gameplay to be much deeper. I actually want this to be much deeper. Very similar to how I want hacking to be, like basically you have to be a hacker, you have to be a coder in order to do it. And I know they'll never get that far, but I do want some semblance of making that gameplay a little bit more difficult than other games. I also want this to be a little bit more, labor intensive. Because if you get hurt in the game or you are involved in something that is a fighting scenario and you get hurt, I want it to be a little bit more than normal to get back up on your feet again, so that when you're making decisions like that, they matter, they mean something, which also correlates back to Death of a Spaceman. So this is like, I would say 1.0 healthcare.
For now, hospitals only. This is just a first look, but you can expect to see the entire loop explored here on ISC starting next week.
Oh, cool.
And since Alpha 315 is introducing healing, medical, and the next iteration of inventory, we're talking the next major step forward towards what we've been calling Death of a Spaceman. And while we'll be learning all about those...
They are keeping true to the narrative. They are absolutely keeping true to the narrative. We just lost 7 people because they didn't want that hardcore realism to the game, and they were just like, oh, fuck this is too deep.
The God King, your king. Glory sing.
That's the proper alert, Razor. Bringing in Xerxes DG. That's the proper alert right there. Thank you, Razor, for that support, bro. And did you see those 7 pussies that just left that couldn't handle this, that didn't want to play like a little bit, like it's too hard? Well, we know what game they're going to be playing tonight. We know what they're going to be playing tonight. They couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle the realism, right? They couldn't handle it.
Over the next 2 weeks,
we know what they're going to play.
The team has started concepts for the long-awaited cybernetic limb replacements coming in later iterations. And while the team has some favorites here, explorations are going to continue beyond what you're seeing, as we want a varied array of options for beginners, more advanced options, different sources like government issue,
Cybernetics,
pirate outlander, and more.
Yes. Tech wants a squid arm. Give him a squid arm.
Does that one only have 3 fingers?
Okay. I'm liking all this, man. Dude, can I get a fucking gun arm? Dude, I need a motherfucking gun arm. Can we please make just? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, hold on a second. This is blowing me away. This is really good. This is really right. Sorial wants his hook and his peg leg. It's literal. Sorial's peg leg is literally gonna be made for pegging. Like we had this talk. Sorial's like, this is what we're gonna do to all the Care Bears when we're done with them. This is what I'm using the peg leg for actual pegging. And I'm like, good for you, Sorial. Good for you. Good for you. You peg those Care Bears.
They're also exploring how they work with a variety of clothing options in the verse, either exposing
Chainsaw
the full
arm would be
or
awesome,
partial
Drago.
arm. And then, of course,
wow,
the gammy leg.
The gammy leg. Wow, man, this is so fucking amazing. Dude, if you get hurt or injured, you're going to be walking around like this till you die. And start with another character that you've assigned that is like a family member of sorts. This is fucking fantastic. This is great that they've stayed true to the narrative. How many developers do you know that when they state some type of hardcore gameplay mechanic like Death of a Spaceman, change and turn and do a 180 like 2 or 3 or 4 years later during the development? I can count it. It's almost 100% certainty that developers do that, but not Cloud Imperium. They stayed true to the original narrative. God bless them. God bless them. This just gives me more faith and more confidence. Like, I like the fact that I take a portion of what you guys donate and use it as subscribership money towards Cloud Imperium, because that money goes towards them and the development. And I feel good when we purchase ships for giveaways. And when I see things like these, when I see that they're staying true to the original narrative of the gameplay that will be in the game from literally 2014, they were talking about this, and we are 7 years later and they're going to stick to it, and they're not going to do an about face. They're not going to listen to all the crybabies and the Care Bears, and they're going to do this, and they're putting this in a game. That makes me feel good and more confident at the purchases or the pledges that I put in, so that you guys can have awesome giveaways. Now, this is what I love. When I see this, I feel good about this. This makes me feel like they're being completely professional. Whoa, man, what?
Now, these are still in the concept stage, so it'll be a while yet before they make their way into the persistent universe. But I'll tell you, I'm excited to one day be more machine now than man.
We need space engineers.
Yeah,
right, Chaos. We'll need space engineers, right, dude? Oh my god, dude. Dude, the stories that you will have, man, like your history is literally on your body. Oh yeah, that was the war. That was the war of Stanton. And 29 54, 2955, or whatever year you end up getting involved in a large ass fucking full scale war, whenever this game is finally out, you're getting involved in these like conflicts, right? And you literally have one of these arms, man. You can look down at that, or people will see that and you'll be like, yeah, I got this in 2954 in the fight of Stanton. You know, like, dude, that as a gamer, I'm like hooked, dude. That is fucking amazing. That is really goddamn awesome. Oh, I got eaten by the elevator, said Rapture.
So what did we learn this week?
We won't mention that, Rapture.
Well, we learned that crowd favorites like the Redeemer, Ares Starfighter, and Vulture are making their way through the pipeline, and that if those are the ones that we can tell you about now, just wait for CitizenCon and IAE. That Origin still has a few more tricks left up its sleeve in the upcoming Alpha 315. And that with Cybernetics on the way, we're another step closer to robot high fives for everyone. And don't forget to vote in Ship Showdown Phase 1. All the details are available now on the robertsspaceindustries.com website. And be sure you keep October 9th open for Digital CitizenCon and the variety of activities that go along with that. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. We'll see you all next week.
Phenomenal episode. Solid A on that one. I feel so good about that. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, it's time to say goodbye on YouTube. But if you're here live on Twitch, that first level Energi community vibe right now, don't fret, because we are going to go into after party mode. So everybody who's here live, say goodbye to the YouTube fam that's watching. Make sure you smash the goddamn likes. I want to be in that algorithm. You understand me? If you're watching this and you're still watching this and you haven't pushed the like button, shame on you. Push that motherfucking like button. Let that algorithm understand that we're smashing it. Smash that like button and get us ahead. Let us beat the algorithm. And now, goodbye YouTube and hello Twitch, because we are going to the after party. Woohoo!